everyone, and welcome back to another video on the channel, and welcome to a video that some may have been waiting for. I don't know who, but it's been a while in the making just because I was going to react to the KSI album, and I actually did react to it. I was going to do something different. I was going to react to his new album completely and fully, but unfortunately I lost all the footage. If anyone does want to see anything KSI, then please tell me and I'll try again. Anyway, we are here with the highly anticipated The Weeknd's album review or mixtape review for The House of Balloons. The way we're going to be doing this is a little bit different from my NF Clouds one. If you haven't seen that, please check that out. Basically, this time we're not doing certain requirements and stuff. I'm just going to talk to you as it is and say my overall thoughts on each song and where they rank. And then afterwards, I will give a final ranking for the album and see where it matches up in all the albums we've done, which would be 2. But essentially, we are going to get right ahead. So firstly, we have F tier, which there is nothing in the F tier. Don't worry, there's nothing in the E tier either. I don't think anything actually is that bad on it, this mixtape, I guess. But also, I will be giving my overall thoughts at the end. So if you did just want to hear that, then I have timestamps in the description. So make sure you check them out. First, we have the D tier. We do have a couple in here. I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm not going to be fake and say everything is good, and obviously everyone has a different opinion, so we welcome all opinions and we respect them, okay? So if someone thinks that a song I put in D tier is actually an S tier song, then they are allowed to think that, and I'm allowed to think that that song's in D tier. It's just my opinion. Remember that. Firstly, we have What You Need in the D tier. The problem with What You Need is it does have very surface level lyrics and it's not really my type of song. However, the things I can respect from it, it does show the variety of The Weeknd's music. However, I think it is a bit strange and it does play on the ambience and the reverb a bit too much in my opinion, so that it doesn't have that much going for it, which does lower it to a D tier for me. And next we have The House of Balloons and the Glass Table Girls or / Glass Table Girls. Now this song is very interesting. It is very, very experimental. I did actually end up preferring the first part to the second part. The beat switch was sick from the first part to the second part, but from then onwards I think the song did dip in quality. It is showcasing the instrumentals, and we will talk about that a bit later as well, as it is a key thing to this mixtape in my opinion. The House of Balloons part is slightly lighter instrumentals with higher pitched vocals compared to the Glass Table Girls, which is slightly deeper and a much harder type beat, and it does get very chaotic, I will tell you that much. But that is also in D tier, unfortunately. So next we have the C tier. C tier is kind of like the average mark, so I'm kind of torn on whether I actually like it or I don't like it. It's kind of in that mid spot right there. It doesn't mean it's a bad song. It just means it's, you know, in that average halfway point. So the first song we have here is Loft Music. Now, the first 3 to 4 minutes are actually very good and could have pushed it to a B tier song. But the problem with this one is it drags out for so long, and also along with that it's just very strange towards the end. It's definitely worth a listen, like a first listen, and have your headphones on and experience the full power of the song, I guess. Unlimited power. But again, it's not very replayable, and I think replayability is very important in the song. So we need to keep that in mind when ranking songs, because there are songs, and even though it is good to have experimental stuff in music, and it does, in my opinion, actually create the best songs when it's very experimental, because, you know, you get both sides of the spectrum. But that's just an off product of being too creative, I guess. So next we have Coming Down, which is also at the C tier. This one also dragged on for a bit too long, and we will actually address that at the end in terms of dragging on too long, because I think it is a good point to bring up. It had some anime reference. I'll put a comment here that kind of explained it to me, but it had some anime reference I wasn't familiar with, and therefore I don't think I was in the loop for this one, and I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't. So yeah, it's very niche, I guess. But it did have some nice vocalistic parts in the song, so there were some good aspects to that song. It's just that part I was not in the loop for, which therefore I was torn on it. So next we have The Party and the After Party, the final song in the C tier. This song has pretty straightforward lyrics, telling of the Weeknd's life at the time and how he was partying and going through all these crazy chaotic moments. And it is quite a satisfying song. There are some very good satisfying parts. However, again, it's too long for a song and people have quick attention spans these days, so it's not going to generate much interest and will lose its effect in all reality. And then we move on to the B tier. Finally, we're here. So B tier is a level above C. I do like these songs. Maybe they're not the best, but they are good. They're solid songs, and yes. So first we have Wicked Games, the first song we actually reacted to in the mixtape, which was incorrect, but I was told by a comment or something. I don't know. The lyrics aren't too in-depth. There are a couple of bars though, compared to some of the other songs, and the beat is very good. So it is solid and I would definitely recommend listening to it. Next, we have High for This, my highest viewed video from the Weeknd. So thank you for that, I guess. But it is a unique song and focuses on the features and the effects of the instrumentals more than, I guess, the lyrics, which is cool. Like, I do appreciate that. If you don't necessarily narrow in on the lyrics, at least make the instrumentals really cool and experimental, and that's what this song is. It has some very nice underlying tones as well, and vocals in the chorus, and yeah, it is definitely a pleasure to listen to and quite cool, if I'm honest. So it definitely selects that B tier very well. Then we have The Knowing, still in the B tier. This is probably the strangest music video I've ever witnessed in my life, and I don't think I'm ever going to see something more strange ever again. But a pretty cool song. It actually does feature some of the best vocals on the mixtape, but I do think it does hold back from being that upper echelon for me. And then finally we have our final song in the B tier, and I think this song is the best out of the last four in the B tier and is my favorite out of them, and that is The Morning. The Morning is a nice flowing song, enjoyable instrumentals. It has a nice clean pitchy guitar throughout it, and it's just awesome. It sounds beautiful, and beautiful vocals as well. It's a great performance in the song, and the only thing holding it back, I'd say, is again the lyrics. Lyrics are still important to the song, even though there can be other important things as well. And finally, we have 28, the final song on the mixtape, and also the best song in my opinion. This might not be anything too special in other people's opinions, but I do think it is the best, and it is in the A tier. It's not exactly the, S tier. It has to be an upper echelon song. Obviously, there's no perfect tier because I don't think it's gonna be an easy task finding the perfect song, but I will make one if I need to. But anyway, this song's an A tier. The vocal performance is the best part of this song, next level, including many flow switches, and just sounds fire, and it sounds very different to what else was put out on the mixtape. The lyrics are actually decent in this one as well. They are relatable and can be to a good select amount of people. So yeah. Anyway, that is the final tier list. We have 28 in A, The Morning, The Knowing, High for This, Wicked Games in B, The Party and the After Party coming down, and Loft Music in C tier, and then House of Balloons / Glass Table Girls and What You Need in D tier. Now, my final thoughts on the mixtape itself. It's a very experimental mixtape, which I love because, it does make things that are strange and definitely not for me, but it does also enable things that are awesome and sound really cool. I guess the main problems and criticisms of it is it does drag on a bit too long, and definitely a number of the songs, definitely a bit of a drag. The lyrics also aren't too in-depth. I know people were saying it's definitely a story that carries on throughout, but I do think he could have done better in a lot of the songs in terms of the lyrics. And I think at this point he's probably just finding his footing as an artist as well. So we'll give him some slack this time, but we'll see how that evolves throughout time, because I'm pretty sure it would. But yeah, definitely some interesting choices on this mixtape, and I did enjoy a lot of it. So this song gets a C+ overall for the rating. So this is how I calculated the score. So F equals 0, E equals 1, and etc. all the way to S, which is equal to 6. Therefore, with all the ratings calculated and then finding the average of that, that is a C+, which compared to our other albums we've done, which is only one, which was 𝐜𝐨𝐬𝐬's The Mixtape by NF, that was a B+, so currently NF 𝐜𝐿's The Mixtape is ahead of it, but I'm sure we'll find something that equals or maybe even gets better than this, because this is his first mixtape, we have to remember that. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this album or mixtape review. I keep saying album, I need to learn. I hope you guys did enjoy and are ready for some more Weeknd reactions when we get more into it. Yeah, check out the channel if you haven't, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.